right. What it says is you're a billionaire. You have now the constitutional right, because your money is your freedom of expression, right? So you don't like Bernie Sanders? You can put millions or hundreds of millions of dollars into a campaign and express your view about how terrible Bernie Sanders is,
right,
and you can buy that election, right? That's your constitutional right. I think that's probably the worst decision that the Supreme Court has ever made. So what is the result of that decision? The result of that decision, let's take us to where we are today, is that Elon Musk,
Boy, here we go.
and I know Elon was on your show, and he's here in Austin, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And we could talk about Elon, but he spent $270 million to elect Trump as president. Okay. I think that's absurd that any one person...
What's the most someone donated towards the Harris campaign?
They spent a lot of money on Harris as well.
They spent $1.5 billion just
combined
over the course of a couple of months.
You got it. All right, let me talk about it. So
Yeah,
I'm not here
let's
just to
talk
say
about
it's
that.
a Republican. That's my point here.
Right.
He can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah, but if we don't call you out, you won't say, well, I know. It's not because the Republicans... The amount of money spent on Kamala is humongous for a person that people didn't even elect.
No, you're right.
DOJ for opening up an investigation on the mayor's insane, out-of-control DEI hiring. You said in a recent interview that black people don't just look out for ourselves, but for everyone else as well. Well, clearly they're not getting the memo because they're destroying downtown and they're destroying the city with things like teen takeover. And when you say things like this, it just makes you look more incompetent and racist as a mayor.
Yes!
You need to start pushing more law and order in the city of Chicago. Help the police do their job. I am asking you all to vote for the curfew and make the curfew time permanent for teens. Hold the parents accountable as well. Teens are doing majority of the crime, and you know it, Brandon Johnson. They're even putting it on YouTube. They're openly mocking you. They're mocking you on Instagram and YouTube and all social media platforms, and you allow it every single day.
Yeah, call him out. We need the police. The teens are unique. Without guidance, something is gonna happen. And the fact that you're promoting, I care about black people, and black people are saying, you're not caring about us.
La 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 la, I'm not listening.
So officially, you're acting like the white man that you're saying the black people I'm defending you against.
The struggle was real.
I'm so proud to be governor of California. Fourth largest economy on planet Earth. Fourth largest economy in the world, $4.1 trillion. You know why? It's because of immigrants. It's because people from all around the world want to come and live their lives out loud here in California, the most diverse state in the world's most diverse democracy. 27% of this state is foreign-born.
Venga, dilo. Remember to subscribe.
Subscribe? ¿Por qué?
And 24% of those foreign-borns are illegal. Add that context. Thank you.
And you talk about a state of mind for people that are foreign-born that come here for new beginnings, the entrepreneurial spirit. It's the reason Silicon Valley is Silicon Valley. It's the reason we push out the boundaries of discovery and research and science. More Nobel laureates, more scientists, researchers, engineers than any other state in America are immigrants.
And compared to all the states, you also have more undocumented people.
It's not just, though it is, and it's a point of pride, in our farms and ranchers. It's not just in our restaurants. It's not just in our hotels. It's also at Wall Street. It's in the boardrooms. Some of the best and the brightest from around the world. That's what makes this state great. It's what's made America great.
But I also found it odd, just like I covered in the previous video. ICE went to a restaurant, and when they arrested people, the workers had to go and even the customers had to go. And it was so empty that the owner complained, I can't make any money.
Normally on Father's Day, we're packed. We have people waiting about 20 minutes. On that Sunday, I mean, it was just, there was nobody there, right? Folks were afraid to come out, and now we have to consider about what do we do with our employees.
You have to pay a lot of taxes in LA. So for me, sometimes I realize, is it about the immigrants or to keep the engine of the state working? have no issue with this. I'm just shocked that we have a social system that kind of makes this easier to maintain because they don't help the citizen at the same level from what I've seen.
Are you sure?
But then imagine if you have a culture that finally can come and be comfortable and they stay there. I'm like, okay, what now? Well, just keep voting so you can stay there. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense.
It's been fascinating because I've been on this sort of journey through motherhood where, I've always been a very liberal person, maybe even a libtard. But once you have a kid, you start like having thoughts that have been characterized as conservative. As soon as I had a kid, I was like, I need a gun now. Not for myself, because I've got coyotes in my yard. Right. I've got coyotes everywhere. And before I had a kid, I was like, they coexist with us. Coyotes were here first. Like, I'm in the coyotes' home. Now I'm like, let's make hats out of them. Let's make hats. Let's make coyote boots, coyote earrings out of their eyeballs. Like, it's just...
Yeah, I know that's an issue. Once you become a parent, something changes.
Oh, it's a long story.
And I didn't care about politics until I had my first kids and I asked the government for help.
You gonna learn today.
And I realized how hard it is. And I would get even more help if I get fired. And I will get even more help if I divorce my wife. That is the moment I was like, okay, wait a second. The more disciplined I am, the more I try to do that, the less I'm rewarded.
I said I played these games before!
That's wild sometimes. Which brings me to this moment.
You came to us tonight from a homeless home.
Yeah.
You've been there since last June, is that right?
Yeah.
You're there and you have your 4-year-old son with you and he has complex medical needs.
Yeah.
Can you just very quickly tell us, how did you end up there in this situation?
So I was private renting a property for $2,700 a month, and issues came across with my little boy's crash, so I left my job and I just couldn't sustain the rent and I had to declare myself homeless.
So the hub, you've been in the hub since then?
Yeah.
How are you finding it there?
Very hard.
Last year, you got a call from Wicklow County Council that changed your life.
Yes. I received a letter very unexpectedly, basically saying that I was being nominated for housing if I was interested, which absolutely. And I was put forward and I was accepted by the cooperative housing and we've been in our forever home since.
Ladies and gentlemen, they were put next to each other for a reason. And I just think people that have difficulty with kids need to get way more help. But from what I see these days, she ain't getting enough help unless she has more babies. That's what I see. But maybe I live in a bubble. Maybe I'm wrong again.
You can't be calm about this. I'm a black man in America. The reason why heart disease...
I'm white, I can't comment
Listen
on
to what I'm saying. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day.
Bro, come on! But the moment you said indirectly, I'm like, bruh, anybody can say them. Even look at you do. I called you an N-word. I don't know, man. It's like I can't understand your pain, but you are so oppressed that you just want to feel oppressed sometimes because it's part of your identity. That's not healthy, my brother. Did I call you now the N-word?
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.